We want to talk to you about second time around and why this marriage hits different. Yes, we are both in our second marriage, and today we want to get real about what's it like being in a second marriage.
Yeah, I mean, it's different. It hits different. Being in a second marriage, there's things that you go through, things that you think about before you even get in your second marriage. First things you have to think about is, why your first marriage didn't work, right? Um, when we come to this second marriage, do we come with fresh eyes? And most of the time, we come with baggage. What are some of the challenges in the second marriage as well? What also makes the marriage better, right? Because you don't want to fail twice. And then we'll talk about some advice as we navigate through our second marriage and how we're making it work. So you want to start with why our first marriages didn't work?
Yeah, so I think for me, again, not placing blame on either party, I think we were just too young and we didn't know any better. Um, and so it was just kind of a life lesson. So I guess it was like my practice. So just because I really didn't know what's expected of me as a wife and what was expected of him as a husband. So we were kind of winging it.
hmm I think mine was, again, I was young as well. And again, there's no blame game. I don't regret it. I don't regret my first marriage because it really taught me a lot about relationships, right? I think the main thing why it didn't work is because we didn't have God first
Mhm.
in our marriage. We were both, winging it. I owned clubs. We were partying. We were doing a lot of other stuff, but our marriage wasn't first. We weren't first. I didn't put her first. And we just kind of, we were just young. But it did teach me a lot in navigating or bringing to the second marriage on what's important in marriage. And the first thing is God, right? And knowing what the hierarchy is, knowing that God's first, my wife is second, children come last, and everything else falls in between that. That's the recipe for success, and that wasn't in my first marriage. So again, we don't blame spouses. I think we thank them, right? Because they taught us
Yep.
a lot to bring in our second marriage and what not to do, right? And what to do better.
And the mistakes that we made, we learned from it,
hmm
and just kept it moving. And